This is a red roof. Is anybody confused about what red roofs are used for? Does anybody not know yet?
No.
Great. Come on in. Come on in.
Oh, man.
Get in.
Get in there first.
We can fit most of you. Most
All
of
of
you.
us. All of
Yeah.
us.
You can, be careful. Don't sit there, but you can stand on the box.
Collapses. Get on the box, not the seat.
Yeah, stand on the box, not the seat.
Looks like fairly new
Get in.
bikes.
Come on in.
12.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, we're gonna have to
All
wait
of
on the
us.
room. We have more room.
Everybody's got to come in.
Come on, Douglas.
Come on.
Who's running? Everybody's got to come in.
Douglas.
If
Come on,
you're, if you're
Doug.
running for a reason, you need to get on the other side.
Yeah, if you got to use it, the other
Hey,
side.
that's my foot.
Mark, you got to kiss your in some more.
All right,
Gary.
Come
Come
on. Come on, guys. Get in here. Get in.
Everybody
Come on,
in.
Gary, Zach, Doug. Come on.
Come on. Squeeze in, squeeze in.
Alrighty.
We got
Are we
two
all
more.
here?
Got one more.
Yeah, we got. I told you we could fit everybody.
Everybody jump.
Sydney.
I told you.
And we're in.
We are missing Harris, but everybody.
Harris is on his way.
I'm not sure we're gonna fit Harris, to be honest with you.
Here we are.
So,
Harris, come on.
Well, that's what I said.
Everybody exhale.
I don't know if I'm smelling.
no. Everybody take a big old deep breath in.
Man, that's refreshing.
What do you
It smells
smell?
like the great outdoors.
You don't smell anything, do you?
Not a damn thing.
I think
No.
I'm smelling someone's clothes.
So if we want to wait on Harris, we can wait on Harris, or we can go ahead and get out.
Come on,
And I'll tell you why you don't smell
everybody
anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody needs to be here.
technically.
Everybody scooch in. Scooch in. Harris needs to get in.
I'm pretty sure I can lift my feet up and not move.
I can't breathe.
Alrighty.
All right. 17 in one stall?
And anybody smell anything? Take a big old deep breath
I smell body odor, and that's it.
in. Right? Isn't it? Alrighty.
mostly
Go ahead and get out, and
mine.
I'll tell you why we don't smell anything.
Covered up the smell.
I have heard that before. I have heard people say that.
I think I smelled Mark's clothes.
No, I did not. I just smell sweet though.
Yeah, I smelled like a Febreze kind of smelling.
That's all I smell.
Yeah, I smelled body odor.
Alrighty.
I smell it too.
Alrighty. Now, does anybody not believe me that there are horrors beneath this box?
Horrors.
Horrors. Do not open that lid and look down. I don't care how curious you are. But there's enough down there that you should be smelling things. You should be smelling things. And the reason we don't smell the horrors beneath is that feces needs two things to decompose. And when it's decomposing, it doesn't smell bad. And those two things it needs are a low moisture content and a neutral pH. So your urine contains both in spades. It's just wet and it's very acidic. So what it does when we pee in red roofs is it causes the feces and the horrors below to not decompose. And then they just sit there and they sit there and then they start to smell really bad. Which is why porta potties smell horrendous. Which is why we ask that for the best of your abilities, we don't pee in red roofs. So especially for my males here, it's real easy for you before you go off and do your business. Just walk up into the woods and do your business first, because unless you have the self-control of a Buddhist monk or a rubber band, you're going to pee when you go to the bathroom. Yes. Or a rubber band, yes. Or a rubber band. And ladies, if you cannot find somewhere private, it is okay if you use the bathroom or urinate in our red roofs, but we ask that you try not to. It's just us. During the summer, it is much more important because we've got so many more people, but that's why. So, correct procedures for using a red roof. Red roofs are not jungle gyms. They are not places for gymnastics. The correct procedure is to knock, because when you leave, you should close the door, so it should be closed when you walk up to it. And as long as nobody says, come in, you can go in. Now, if you are going to be like me and say, come in, you really need to practice this motion. Because not everybody thinks about what's going on. They hear the words come in and they think, oh, that's fine, without thinking about where they are entering. So that motion right there is all you need.
Well, or it's a two-seater.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. Now, for your own performances, you should close the door, and this is usually your lock. So that is all the security you have. That's all that lets people know there's people in here. So what I usually do is I also hang my hat, and my other hat has a string, which makes this easier. But I hang my hat there as a final catch-all be-all to people that there is somebody in here. And I still have had people try to come in after saying, come in. But for the remainder of this demonstration, I am going to leave the door open. When you come into a red roof, the lid should be closed. And when you come in, you're going to want to say hi to the spiders. So you're going to go, not today, spiders, not today. Because you don't want to surprise them. They don't want to surprise you. And if you have a spider crawl across your rear while you're doing your business, things will exit you at a rate with which you are uncomfortable. Say hello to the spiders. Don't surprise them. They don't want to surprise you. It's just a grand old time. If you find a red roof with a hole in the top, that's probably somebody who didn't say hi to the spiders first. But once you have done your business, there are two things we're allowed to leave in a red roof, and that is your poop and your toilet paper. So again, we don't like to pee in these. We just like things that are going to decompose and not smell real bad. Are there any questions about using a red roof? Great. Then we've got some downgrades. We've got the wonderful 5-star red roof inns right here. And then we can go down to your Motel 6s. We've got latrines, which is just a red roof. And a red roof has 3 parts. And that is a box, a floor, and a red roof. A latrine is missing 2 of those things. It is missing a red roof and a floor. It is a box in the woods somewhere. And they're great. So my favorite one on ranch is on the side of Tooth Ridge. You can look out over base camp. You can see the entirety of base camp. And during the summer, if you're sitting at closing campfire, and you see a star appear just in the middle of the tooth of time, that is not some strange geological phenomenon. That is somebody enjoying our favorite loo with a view. So, if you see that. For those of us who are going up there, we can go look for it. It is actually pretty fantastic. I hype it up to all of my crews. But that is just a box, so you're going to go up to the box and you're going to do your business. Now, most of the boxes in the backcountry are going to have 2 seats, and those are either pilot and co-pilot. And my favorite thing to do there is to link elbows and just fly off into the sunset with your buddy. Just enjoy a nice, relaxing time. And then there's pilot and bombardier, which is where you get to practice your radio chatter. Pilot, bombardier, open the hatch. Pilot, bombardier, bombs away! And if you're really having difficulty, things aren't moving quite the way they should, you can link both elbows, and the extra push back can get things moving in ways that you would not believe. And then, if you can't find any kind of structures out here in the backcountry, we can dig a cat hole. First off, who doesn't know what a cat hole is? Do we all know what a cat hole is? All right, a cat hole is a hole you dig in lieu of a red roof. So that's where your solid waste is going to go. We also try to keep our liquid waste out of that. How deep should we dig a cat hole?
8 inches.
About 8 inches, right? How wide should we dig a cat hole?
Depends about your aim.
Depends on your aim. So my typical response is wide enough to aim. If you have a wide behind, you're going to have a wide cat hole. Okay? Make sure you hit that hole. Because your poop scoop does not scoop poop. Do not put poop on the poop scoop. When I am with crews, I tell them, I bring mine, and I will let you borrow it on the condition that you bring it back with the blade in your mouth. Do not put poop on the poop scoop. That's not what it's for. So make sure you get in there. Now, cat holes are where we get to actually have some fun. Oh yeah. This is where we get to have some fun. Meaning, of course, I'm going to show you. So, when you're coming up, one of the easiest and most anatomically correct way to use a cat hole is to completely remove your lower garments and just squat. Now, the reason I say to completely remove your lower garments, and I'm not going to name any names, you don't want to be Clark walking back into our camp with a fully loaded set of drawers. Yeah, I think you can put 2 and 2 together. So, just set them off to the side and don't miss. If you don't like that one, I like the dangling orangutan.
Yes.
This is my favorite. This is one of my favorites. If your arm gets tired, you can switch. Don't miss that switch. Things get messy. If you don't quite have the grip strength for that, you can find yourself a root and do a wall sit. Lean back against a tree or a branch or a log or a thing, right? Whatever you got. If that's not working for you, right? If things really aren't moving and you need a bit extra gravity, we've got the hanging orangutan, which is where you find a nice branch over your cat hole, or you dig your cat hole under a nice branch. And then the extra ab workout as you lift your legs and push will get things moving for you. If this doesn't work, if you've had too much fiber, we're gonna need to go to the Russian moon landing, which is where you're squeezing, you're pushing, and you just let it all go. The gravity will get things moving out of you so well, I promise. I promise, it'll work.
Is that you, Douglas?
Now, because we have the buddy system out here at Philmont, if you're digging a cat hole, your buddy should be somewhere nearby. So we've got a couple buddy poops if you get out there and you find that you don't have enough time for both of you to wait. So I need a volunteer.
Oh, yes.
All right, come on up. So we've got the 2 cat hole version. You've done this before.
I have done
Yeah,
this
don't look down, things get weird. But if you need to switch hands, you can.
Okay.
And then you can stand up. Yeah, don't let go. Oh, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done yet.
So you get out. You don't have time to dig 2 cat holes. So you go 1 cat hole version, and you go back to back.
Oh, wow.
So you go back to back, and then you squat down. And this is my favorite because it's a race. First person done. First person done stands up, and then and then gets to go back and tell the best story ever about where Lisa is.
Clean up on all 3.
Yeah. But that is our poop talk. We also have a
hugger.
Huh?
Tree hugger.
I've never done the tree hugger.
yeah.
What do you that?
Tree hugger,
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds interesting. So, if you're flexible enough, I've never heard of that one before. Apparently, you can wrap yourself around a tree. Never seen that done before.
You ever do the full crew poop?
Yes, I was getting there. Now, tonight's dinner is the Santa Fe beans and rice. There was a segue into it. You're jumping the gun. Tonight's dinner is the Santa Fe beans and rice. And that has a tendency to introduce everybody to the Ring of Fire. So if I could have everybody cross left over right, what you're gonna do is you and your crew are gonna go out and you're gonna dig a trench. You're gonna dig a moat. And you're gonna link arms. And we're gonna need to make a circle.
I don't like getting on the
Now,
downhill
you are gonna want to back up and give yourself some tension first. There you go.
Oh,
And
there's
now
already
you can kind of
tension.
squat down.
The tension's already there.
Yeah, it is. Don't look down. That's so weird.
Eyes up! Eyes up,
Eyes
Mark!
up,
Eyes up, Mark! Let me see the pretty blues, baby!
Woo! And then you can stand on up and never talk about this again. Ever.
Who's gonna wipe who?
Now do we completely undress for that too?
Whatever you want to. I'm not gonna.
How's that done, man?
Take everything out of one. Then you
Wrap it around. Well, we can tie our legs together with that leg.
And then we've got the
Become a
rating
much better
system.
option, you know what I'm saying?
The rating system.
Oh,
So we like to keep an eye on everybody. We like to know how everybody's guts are doing. So we've got the rating system. It starts at about a 5. That's your average, normal time, normal cleanup. You know, you weren't fighting any demons. You weren't calling out to your creator. You were just having a grand old time. And let's go down, because it's funny. So going down, things are getting messier, things are getting a little sloppier. Cleanup is getting not so much fun, right? 3s, or 4s, 3s, 2s, and then we get to a 1. And a 1 is butt pee. And there are no longer solids exiting your body. And you are having a very bad time. You're on the phone with Father Bob. It has been a good time. We want this to end. And now let's come back up because we want our guts healthy. So 6s, 7s, 8s, we're getting into solid territory. It's not so bad cleanup. And 8, that's 1 wipe, and then you do your next wipe, and it's clean. Woo! We're set. Oh, don't worry. It gets better. It gets better. A 9. You sit down, you do your business, you do your first wipe, because everybody does a safety wipe, and that one's clean, and you're like, oh, that was awesome. I just get to do a safety wipe, and I'm out of there. Now, 10. If you're brave, A 10 is a 9 that you don't check. So you come into the red roof, you sit down, you do your business, and you know it's clean. You don't even have to check. So you pull those pants up, you walk out of that red roof a new person who needs to find a new tent mate. Because somebody needs to, don't go for a 10. Now, only the very brave or the extremely foolish go for the fabled 11. And an 11, you don't even take toilet paper.
My choice. It's a different level of commitment.
If you're brave, if you're foolish, you just forgot it.
Just don't use poison ivy.
Yeah, don't use poison ivy. That would be a bad day. And we have talked about Willy Mullen, which is a wonderful
Right there.
toilet paper substitute. Might be. But that concludes our poop talk. Do we have any questions about using our facilities in the backcountry?
Where's the blue roof in?
Check Seabase, I guess. I don't know.
No, blue, so our ranger told us that the blue roof is what you call the latrines. Red roof, blue roof.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Some rangers have different stuff. I've never heard of that one before.
Wooden boxes that you like can see everything out
The
of.
latrines.
Yeah.
Latrine,
Yeah.
latrine
Okay.
roof.
Yeah.
Now we
Just a
have
box.
new
But there's a
visuals
wall. There's
every
a
time
wall.
we
No,
take
no,
a
no.
walk.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
All my questions about pooping in the backcountry have now been answered again.
All right, I want to see it. I want to see it. Come on, you guys are best buds.
Remember, eyes up. Remember, eyes up.
Right here. Keep your eyes up. Now back to back. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, make everybody practice.
But now we need to hear the historian
That's your
version.
Oh, did we get Hans poop talk?
I don't have a poop talk.
Yeah. So rangers are the ones who get to practice and have fun with a poop talk. I'm not sure if Hans ever done a poop talk.
I have not done a poop talk. The one thing you left out, Red Roof was invented by Reginald Rufus way back in 1943.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why would I lie
There's
to
the
you?
historian. I didn't actually know that.
Nope.
I'm still not
His nickname
100%
was
sure
Red.
that he's not so full of crap his eyes are bright. Reginald Rufus.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They made him a camp
He's a
director.
historian.
They made him a camp director.
Yeah.
And your number 2 is his number 1 business.
Works for me. Alrighty. Do we have any plans as far as hiking?
I don't know how we beat
Yes.
this.
Aguila.